Good morning and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be going over the 5 best herb farms that you can do currently. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Okay, so today we're going to be going over the 5 best herb farms that are currently doing very well. Some of these are actually quite surprising when I was actually running the numbers, and this is going to be quite good. So overall, let's just jump into number 1, which is the FADELEAF farm. Now this one can be located within FADELEAF, and what you'll be getting is a load of FADELEAF as well as bindweed. You do get additional other herbs, but those 2 are the main ones you will be getting from this particular farm. What you're going to be wanting to do is fly around the entire of the map as you would like an ore farm. You can also use this as a multi-farm if you have a herbalist and miner, and I would highly recommend using the Dark Moon Firewater potions, as the increase in speed on that will work very well to your favour. Now the thing of note for vanilla-esque farms is the nodes are actually spaced quite close together. So now with your flying, you'll be able to pick up more within the hour than you originally would back in vanilla. This is because it was originally designed and placed for ground mounts, and that means that you can get more of these herbs in the grand scheme of things. Overall, FADELEAF is the best performing one at this moment in time, due to the fact that the price increase has actually just increased quite considerably in the region-based average, and that means it's actually going for a good gold per hour for all of these additional herbs. Coincidentally, you can also mill these herbs to make some of the old school inks and pigments in order to sell on the auction house, or use those to craft if you so wish. That is one thing of note that you can do. That being said, let's move on to number 2, which is HEARTBLOSSOM. Now HEARTBLOSSOM is located within Deepholm, and this one's going to be quite a bit different than you usually would. What you're going to be wanting to do is fly around in a circular motion in the inside of the map. So that means once you've actually ported in from Stormwind or Orgrimmar and you jump out of the actual tower, you're going to want to start flying around that specific area instead of going around the edge of the zone. This is because you'll be able to pick up more Cinderbloom and also HEARTBLOSSOM within the hour, and you don't have to move all that much. The spawn rates for these actual herbs work out quite well, so you will never run out of herbing all of these herbs within the hour. By the time you've done a complete circle, you will be able to pick up more because they would have respawned. Failing that, you also get a load of volatile life, which sells relatively well, especially as it's used for a lot of high value crafts, and that means it's going to pull in some nice steady gold, as well as selling some of the cataclysm herbs that sell for quite a decent chunk of gold in the medium-esque range of sell rates. So that means that you're going to get volatile life, which sells relatively fast, as well as the cataclysm herbs, which sell moderately fast. So that is quite good in the grand scheme of things, and the gold per hour is reflective of this in total. So that being said, let's move on to number 3, which is the AETHRIL farm. Now AETHRIL is a legion-based herb, and this is located within Asuna. Now you can find the root, the one which I use, within WorthIt, and I pretty much know this one off by heart, hence why in this video I'm not actually using it to actually follow, because I already know it off by heart, so it's pointless me bringing up that root. It just means I can focus more on when I see a node spawn. And the thing of note that I would actually highly recommend is by getting rank 3 with your AETHRIL. Now, the thing with Legion herbs is a monster has a chance of spawning once you actually pick one and attack you to give you additional AETHRIL herbs. This goes for every Legion herb, and this is quite helpful overall. So, that being said, rank 3 in AETHRIL is a must. If you don't, then just start herbing AETHRIL, and then when you get a quest item, rank it up and then go back, and then you'll see a significant increase by going from rank 1 to rank 3. You'll get a load of this. The thing of note for this is you can also get Bloods of Sargeras when you're actually herbing this stuff, which you can then go to the Broken Isles Dalaran to trade into the Blood Trader for more additional AETHRIL, or whatever herb or ore or whatever Legion based material that's selling for the most. You'll be able to trade those in for that and then get some additional gold from this. I find this a nice way to actually bump up your numbers when it comes towards your gold per hour, so it works out quite well in the overall scheme. That being said, let's move over to number 4, which is AZSHARAS Vale. Now, much like the HEARTBLOSSOM farm, the things of note that you're actually going to be getting from this is volatile life, Obviously that is a very strong seller. I find that this is one of the best farms that you can actually do. I talk about this farm quite a bit, and this one is located within the Abyssal Depths within Vashj'ir. One thing I would like to mention is I would recommend that everyone does the initial quest line. This is because it gives you an additional swim speed boost, as well as it also gives you underwater breathing. So yeah, it's definitely well worth your time in order to actually get a hold of this Azshara's Veil without drowning, unless you want to spend money on those potions, which, to be honest, just unlock and do the quest chain. It literally takes about 5-10 minutes in order to do so. There's no excuse really to actually go ahead and do that unless you want to waste gold on water breathing potions. The nice little uptick for that is if you are a druid, the swim speed buff actually stacks up alongside with your swim speed form, which means that you can go a lot faster while under the water. I usually pair this with mining as well with my druid, and that means I can pick up obsidian ore alongside this. Other little different herbs that you get alongside Azshara's Veil is Stormvine. Stormvine doesn't sell for an awful lot of gold, but it is something worth mentioning, as you'll be able to swim around and pick up those herbs relatively fast. You might as well pick up those herbs as well. That will just add to your initial gold total in general. So that being said, I'm really chuffed with this particular type of farm. This is by far one of my favourite herb farms, as it's literally just a linear-esque fashion, so you shouldn't have a problem overall. That being said, let's move on to our last one at number 5, which is GROMSBLOOD. Now, the GROMSBLOOD farm is located within Felwood. Now, I find that this farm is by far one of the best farms going, and I'm quite glad that it's had a resurgence recently when it comes towards its gold value in the overall region-esque fashion. Especially on my server as well, it's actually upticked quite a bit, and I'm on a high pop server, so I'm quite happy with that. Now, GROMSBLOOD can be used for a load of old world crafts, as well as a load of different herbs you get alongside this. The herbs vary quite a bit on which ones you actually get, but the most predominant one is GROMSBLOOD, which is used quite frequently in a lot of alchemy-esque potions, or old school potions in general. Now, the things of note that you may want to consider with this is pair this with mining, as you'll be able to get a load of different types of mithril ore. This doesn't go for an awful lot, but because you've got so much time to actually do this, especially using the Dark Moon Firewater Potion, you shouldn't have a problem pairing this and get more gold per hour. I significantly do this because it upticks it by about an extra 5,000 gold per hour, and that is a pretty big chunk if you wanted to just pair this. But alone, the GROMSBLOOD farm is definitely something worth doing, as all of the clusters of nodes are quite well put together, and all you do is fly around the outside of the actual zone, in which you'll be able to pick up loads and loads of different types of herbs for vanilla. I generally use this in order to mill into its different pigments and different inks and then sell those on. Failing that, I usually turn those into glyphs, because I find that to be a cheaper method than actually buying umbral inks and then trading those into the ink trader. All in all, I find that this is a great farm, so I'd highly recommend checking it out. Other than that, guys, that is pretty much everything I have to say for the 5 best herbs at this moment in time for farming. Have a lovely rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.
If you want to support the channel and help make the channel even better, then why not check out the Patreon? Members get additional info, gold making resources, and Patreon specific content. The link is located in the description down below. Thank you and have an awesome day.